Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm gonna go over with you my timeline teams as usual, but I'm also gonna cover my theory on instinct and what I believe it is. I think it's a way that they track bonus damage. Like for example, Thanos has 40% bonus damage on his uniform, so you wonder how you track that, and I believe that instinct is how you track it. Now, there's different stats like justice, cruelty, or, and that increases overall instinct points. So if you look at Thanos' artifact, he increases one of them, which is destruction, up by 80 points. So that increases his overall instinct, a la bonus damage. And his hits then become way harder hitting. At the same time, he's also receiving bonus damage defense in the form of critical defense, or as it says on Thanos artifact, increases instinct crit damage decrease, which is a bit confusing, but anyway, this is basically a comparison to when Thanos did have instinct or more instinct versus when he didn't. Pretty much like when he didn't have his artifact versus when he did. So at that moment, I think like his hits were much more harder hitting, like especially towards Warlock. Sorry, I had a message there. And you're gonna see against Warlock in this particular case, granted, like my Mystique and the other person's Colossus canceled each other out. So here there's no supports for either team, so this would cancel each other out as well. That was awesome. And so I'm gonna switch to Thanos, do 5 cancel 4, and you're gonna see that there's like some pauses in between Warlock's invincibility where damage doesn't get penetrated, and that often occurs, and it could at sometimes have Warlock live and kill you after, especially if you're fighting people in Challenger League like what I'm doing. So here I'm going over some consistency that I acquired. I hope that I can keep it, but you never know, because timeline is extremely challenging, and there's always like different ways to like take on all the best meta, and there's a lot of variety now. So I avoid sentries 5th just by moving around, and then I cancel 1, 2, and 5. With Warlock, I'm going to cancel 5 into 1 and then into 2, so I can constantly be hitting him and kill him. Switch to Cable, get that kill. Probably gonna die by Emma. And I can either do one of two things here. It's gonna do that switch glitch, because there's many glitches. I'm either gonna let Destroyer kill Emma with residual damage, or I'm gonna use Sentry's 1 to avoid Emma, and then I'm gonna use 3 to remove her buffs, because you can remove buffs with Sentry's 3, which is interesting. Here I usually let Daredevil kill Sentry, because Sentry's AI isn't the most consistent. Like Warlock and Emma, you know exactly what they're gonna do for most of the time, whereas Sentry, you really don't. You really don't know what he's gonna do. With Warlock, the reason why he's so dangerous is because his damage just fluctuates so much, and he can knock out like speeds in a flash, and then all of a sudden like the tactics that you thought work don't work if you don't incorporate them properly. Like there I got a defeat, and you know, it's all because of bad timing. You know what I mean? Like it's very easy to mistime your skills, or sometimes the skills, like you're trying to pop them off and the game cancels them, which is kind of weird. I'm gonna hopefully find an instance where that happens, and I'll indicate it to you guys. But there, I should get the win. 4 cancel 5. He can kill me with those needles too, which is insane. 4, 5, 3 for, or 2 for Mephisto. He can also kill Emma Frost. His leadership is very good, and he's very good at killing Warlock and Emma, but he's not good at killing Thanos unless he has a support, but it's a little bit complicated with Mephisto. I will be making a video on him though. Null is very underrated. I'm gonna showcase to you why. Like there, like my skill didn't come off for some reason. But usually it would have been a 1 cancel 4, but sometimes that's not the case. Here it's just a 4 because the second revive debuff removal doesn't activate. Always have to switch because he always has a risk of dying, Thanos. No matter what, he always has a risk of dying to Warlock's second. I buy a little bit of time with Mystique so I can buy Null skill some time. 4 cancel 3. And then get the tier 3 up right away. Usually Emma would be second and I would kill Emma with Null, then kill Warlock third, but that wasn't the case. Emma's Reflect is pretty OP and I'm gonna showcase that to you later. Sentry can be a pain in the ass, like sometimes he does 5 like right away after 3. Doctor Strange removes buffs with 2. His 2, Quicksilver, has Super Guard Break. And Silver Surfer's counter has residual damage to Emma, obviously, but can kill Warlock. Silver Surfer has a tough time with Emma, though. Quicksilver is a great Emma killer. That's why I rely on him. I'm gonna go up against Screamer Silence, who's one of the best in Vibranium right now. I went up against A5D King, who's one of the best in Challenger, and now I'm going up against the best in Vibranium. Thanos with Colossus is one of the few teams where I have to tactically time and make sure that my tunes have enough damage. But when I execute properly, the game lasts really quickly. Like that. Yep, there we go. And it's crazy how timeline battles last so short. 25 seconds, 35 seconds. I realized that Thanos with Colossus is the only character that I am afraid that I just won't have enough damage to kill him. So, like for this particular team with Mystique, I have to have Mystique because if I want to kill Thanos without Reflect, I have to do 1 cancel 4, right? But to make it as simple as possible, I also want to do 3 cancel 4. And there, as you saw, Thanos died to Warlock's 2, which is so common, and I'm surprised that people don't see it, and they still say that Thanos is number 1, when it's just not the case. Thanos could die in 5 seconds by Doctor Strange. I could argue that the A5D King's team was way harder than this one. Way harder. Sentry is very unpredictable. You constantly have to watch out for Emma's Reflect if she's second. It probably makes her one of the most avoided characters in Timeline. See, Null, I love Null. That is typical Null. 5, cancel 4, cancel 3. And then let 3 do all the work. 3 is completely a PvP skill. It has like almost no use in PvE at all. So when he gets a uniform, I hope that it will be a little bit more based on PvP. Spider-Man with greed can kill every single Thanos in the game. You want to be careful because sometimes the Thanos attack speed is very, very low on the AI, and they do 4 like almost consecutively, like one after the other. So Spider-Man could die here very easily. I just don't understand why. Like, he's hitting Warlock, he's a speed type, but yet he's still like struggling to hit him. I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense. But it happens a lot. That's just many reasons why I say Warlock is number 1 in PvP. So this is the last team. Granted, I got a couple of L's, but I really do believe I'm gaining some form of consistency. See, no sacrifice. You know why? Because Destroyer has invincibility. Sentry's pretty good at killing Warlock, I gotta say. Sentry's still in the class of his own. When he gets a uniform, it's gonna be crazy. Alright, last clip is a special surprise.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
From Emma Frost. Probably a sneak peek to what's to come. And this is coming towards the end of the video. I hope you guys understand my theory I was trying to say about Instinct. And catch the next video. It's probably going to be on Sentry. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.